Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to basically, rather than just let the city continue to do what it's been doing, which is essentially funding the gentrification of the city of Portland, is to actually make an investment in housing for the community, housing that will be owned by the community over the long term, so that the city actually has the power to control the cost of housing overall in the market. Not dependent on incentives to private developers, but actually by making the investment itself. So that $1 billion that's needed in order to solve the problem of affordable housing in Portland is something that we think can be done in 5 years. That by the first year of a second term of my term as mayor, we will have enough affordable housing to eliminate homelessness in the city and to make sure that anybody who wants a home in Portland can find a home that they can afford.
And what would you do in the interim for the people that can't wait 5 years?
So the interim, we'll seek moratoriums on no-cause evictions. We seek to have as much grant assistance available as possible, and we'll also look for other ways to work with partnerships with the existing organizations to find housing that's underutilized now that the city can put into the affordable housing pipeline. So housing that's either vacant or housing that is under construction right now that hasn't been assigned yet. All of those types of things are on the table for solutions.
Okay.
But the main thing that we need to worry about right now is that the revenue. That's what the city is lacking. That's what none of the other candidates are proposing, is a source of revenue to fund these projects. And that's what we're proposing, is a tax on the top 1% of income earners, a modest tax of 8% on the income that they are earning already. It won't impact their quality of life, but it'll lead to the ability to improve the quality of life for everybody in the city.
Okay, and what about, for tenants that are displaced right now and they need money like for moving and for relocation and that kind of thing? What would you do?
So we'd be looking for programs where deposits would be rolled over so you wouldn't have to come up with money for a new deposit to move into a new place. I mean, ultimately, we want to prevent people from being displaced, but we know that some of that is going to happen. So we want to make that process go as smoothly as possible for people that do have to move. So, like I said, getting rid of the requirement to come up with new money for a new deposit before you've received your deposit back from your current rental. Eliminating the requirement to have a first and a last month's rent when you're moving in, because you're going to have already paid the last month's rent on the unit that you were just in. You know, the problem with people getting evicted on short term like this is they don't have time to plan. They don't have time to put the resources together. So creating 1 year notice for evictions rather than the 90 days that we have now would be a huge improvement. It would give people a lot more lead time that they need in order to make those changes and make those adjustments. But really, ultimately, what we do have to do is change how housing in Portland is managed. Right now, it's all managed privately. There's very little that is actually owned by the public, managed by the public. Our vision is to have housing that's owned by the community, where the tenants actually manage the units themselves, so that we have true community housing in our city.
Oh, I like it.
That's what we're looking for.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, say your name, please.
My name is David Shor. I'm running for Mayor Portland in 2016.